Do you see this? I just got back from Amsterdam. I spent last weekend there at the 2 days Abraham Hicks workshop, to be exact, and I want to tell you everything about it. If you want to watch my video about last year's event, the 2022 Abraham Hicks workshop in Amsterdam, click the link below. Welcome to my channel. My name is Kinga, and one of my goals for 2023 is to generate and increase abundance and love in the life of others and for myself by creating short exercises, affirmations, daily whispers, mood shifters, guided meditations, and even magnet toys. Subscribe to my channel so you get to listen to some of my audios for free, and visit my website for more, kingakramer.com. Just like probably most of you watching this video, at one point in my life, I was also hooked on the Abraham Hicks YouTube videos. And I love how you can basically Google or YouTube your problem or question, and there's going to be an Abraham Hicks answer or video to that. And I used to search and listen to these videos daily. But to be honest, I haven't listened to them for about 2 years now. But of course, their teachings still resonate with me. And you may ask, why do I still go to Abraham Hicks workshops then? Because I love Esther's presence. I love the crowd, the energy in the room, being surrounded by like-minded people, gathering from all over the world. And I will make a separate video on the little magical moments that happened to me right before the event, during the event, and after the workshop. But in today's video, I just want to give you the notes I took, the messages that I found the most important to bring to you. If you haven't been to an Abraham Hicks workshop or event, I can tell you that it's never a scripted event. Esther picks people from the crowd who then sit in the so-called hot seat on stage and get to ask her, Abraham, questions. And I was trying to take some notes while Esther was conveying Abraham's messages, but of course I couldn't possibly write everything down. Here are some snippets though, and let me know in the comment section which one resonates with you the most. So, you are one of the cooperative components in this physical reality. Your thoughts, emotions, words mold your desires into reality. And the key is not only having the desire, but it is the art of allowing, the letting in. And for that, you should mostly care about how you feel. When something feels off, instead of figuring out why and what or blaming someone for the feeling, look for existing easy matches in your world. Things that feel good to distract you, to help you change your vibration. It's important because nothing comes to you that's not a vibrational match to you. So if you are feeling off, you will attract more things that will feel off. So look for existing easy matches, they say. For me, in that moment, while listening to Abraham, if I had to find easy matches, it probably would have been how much I loved the color of my shoes and how it matched perfectly with the color of the wristband that we got. And how I didn't have to pay for my food that morning in the supermarket because someone just randomly offered to pay for it. Because the banknote I had was too big for the price of my shopping, and the lady at the till didn't want to count out the changes. She was a bit frustrated. So the gentleman behind me just said, let him pay for it. Or, for example, how people sitting next to me at the event recognized me and said that they loved the infinite abundance meditation that they bought from me. Link below. Or how convenient it was that my accommodation was only 5 minutes walk from the venue and I didn't even have to pay for it. You know what? Pause this video and find 3 things in your surrounding right now that you can appreciate. Come on, pause the video and actually write them down in the comment section. Has your vibration changed? And then we were also reminded of the 5 steps. Now, do you remember them? Step 1 is you experience the contrast. This step occurs automatically every day of your life. You don't need to do anything. Step 2, each time you have a new desire, source energy answers your request. Still, you don't have to do anything with this. It just happens automatically. Step 3 is the first step that is actually your responsibility. Step 3 is aligning with the energy of your desire. And these first 3 steps are already enough to manifest anything you want. Step 4 is just becoming good at this. And step 5 is being at ease with the contrast, because clarity comes from that. Esther said many times that we are born calibrators. And I actually never heard Esther use this word as much as she did during this workshop. And I tell you why it's interesting. Because right before the workshop started, I asked the people sitting next to me and who I was having a conversation with about what they did for work. And the Belgian gentleman said that he was a calibrator. And I actually never met a calibrator before. A calibrator, technician, or engineer is a person who is responsible for the calibration, the routine inspection, testing, maintenance, and repair of instruments, meters, and other testing and measuring equipment. And I have never heard Esther use the word calibration, calibrating, and calibrator as much as she did during that day. And every time she did, I just smiled, knowing that we had our very own calibrator in the crowd sitting close by. I don't know, I just felt like it was a beautiful synchronicity. And Abraham also pointed it out that we have this obsession about others to understand us, to get us. But we have to understand that even the well-meaning ones cannot really get us because they are not us. And there was also an interesting question that you may ask yourself: how much am I capable of letting in the things I asked for? Because most of the time it's not the manifesting, it's the allowing, the letting in where we have difficulties. Source is constantly providing us with our desires, but we are not in alignment all the time, and we have our walls up. We are not vibrational matches to our desires, meaning we are not letting it in. But it is right there. So find new capacities to let more in, and let as much in as you can. And also don't forget to leave room for expansion, because you are never ending. We also talked about contrast and resistance and the value in them. You could look at contrast as if it was just variety. Resistance is necessary in the experience of an eternal creator, Abraham said. And when my emotional response is indicating my level of resistance, it shows where my focus is. Change your focus to what is an exact match to your vortex, who you really are, not what you're striving or hoping for. Change it to something that is easy. Again, focusing on that easy match stops escalating resistance. Reach for an existing match, something that is easy to find and feel. So again, resistance only shows you where you are focused right now. Basically, every emotion reflects your allowing or your resisting. If you're feeling good, you are allowing. If you're feeling negative emotions, you are resisting. It's constant calibration. And without demanding that it has to be this or that way, be a calibrator in any situation. Find existing things to be happy about. Enjoy the process already, the journey of who you are, the creator, molding your desires into place. Calibrate to the frequency of your inner being. That is being in alignment. Someone asked about relationships, and Abraham said, you came to play with each other. And when Abraham was asked about heartbreaks, they said, you give it too much power. Your relationship with that other part of you is the most important. That's what you need to worry about. And there is a value in heartbreak. You're actually a stronger asker because of that relationship. If you calibrate to your inner being, everything and everyone will fall into place. You are all a cooperative component. Abraham also said that love is response to life. Vibrationally, it is the same as appreciation. It means focusing on something desired without resistance. Love has different never-ending degrees, and the key is in our capacity of letting it in. Calibrate to feeling it and improve your capacity for never-ending love. Love is basically the goal because everything comes with it. Being in love is a chronic state of allowing. Love is the relationship between you and your inner being in total agreement. So serve yourself by connecting to the energy that serves words. Now, self-love is when you focus on someone you love, and that gets you to love yourself. It matches you up with your inner being. There was a lady who wanted Abraham to give her tools so she could feel more love for herself. And Abraham said that she could start by focusing on the love for her children, because that comes easy for her. That puts her in the right vibration instantly, in alignment straight away. And self-love is basically focusing on something or someone that evokes the feeling of love in us. When you think you're in love with someone, you're just using them as an excuse to tune into who you really are. It's alignment with your inner being. Love is the indication of alignment with Source. It is absence of resistance. You could be in that state all the time if you wanted to. The non-physical, our source energy, is all love, and your emotions are the indicator of your relationship to it. Someone asked Abraham about something that I think is so familiar to most, or probably all of us, the ups and downs in life. That sometimes everything is just great and it's all happening, and then it just suddenly ends and negative changes and problems and negative experiences creep into our reality. Basically, you're just living your life, but then a problem occurs, you solve it, then it feels good again, but then another problem hits, and it's just like a constant loop of good and bad. And the person asked if this was normal. Can it be only ups? And he also asked if the down periods were the price that we had to pay for the ups. Abraham said that there is no price to be paid when wanting to achieve something. It only takes calibration. It doesn't need time. It only takes alignment. Contrast never stops showing itself to you. So make peace with it and find value in it. And Esther also used her hands explaining ups and downs in a way where it just made it clear for everyone. She said it's up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down. It may be up and down, but there is evolution in that process. There is progress and learning and expansion in those down moments too. And Abraham said that there is a value in contrast. You can't even take a picture without light and dark. Contrast is a necessary. Can you accept that in the down moments is the request for the up moment? You are improving the perceiving of the Creator. And when you are down, you ask up from where you are. Don't just tolerate, understand the value of contrast. Closing these gaps is the thrill of human life. They also gently reminded us that we should find pleasure in every moment. Even if our manifestation isn't complete yet, find joy in the journey. It's always expansion. Once the manifestation is there, when it's complete, then it only gives joy for a short time anyway. And you ask again for something beyond that. The journey is long. The joy there at the manifestation is always short. For example, you want a cake, but your life is about putting the ingredients in, preparing, baking. It is more than just eating the cake. I also wrote down, practice finding the feeling of what you want. The universe will deliver. What you expect is what you get. So be in control of your own point of attraction. And at one point, Abraham was telling us how Esther one night was feeling kind of alone in her bed and expressed to Abraham that she felt lonely. And Abraham then asked her, do you feel lonely or are you just bored? Good question. The key is to find something that interests you. Don't argue for your limitation. And again, when you are not feeling happy, find easy matches. Sometimes we think that action and words matter more than vibration, but it is the calibration that is key. And the miracle is when we finally let it in, when we offer the matching vibration, when we allow. What you see with your eyes is a translation of your vibration. If you don't like it, change your vibration. Don't vibrate based on your perception what your usual senses would tell you. Vibrate at the frequency that matches your desires. Easier said than done, I know. The final thoughts I wrote down were just simple words. She said, or they said, take it easy, life is supposed to be fun. And be nice to you. I honestly felt like I had more aha moments in the workshop last year, but it could also just be my own interpretation or current vibrational frequency. Check out last year's video. I leave the link below. I know I had some other things on my mind this year, dealing with some personal things in my life, and I might have not been able to be as open and focused as I was last year because of all this. But all in all, it was an amazing event, and I love that it gave me an excuse to travel to Amsterdam again and meet my friends. And by the way, Abraham will be back next year in Amsterdam in June. And if you want to know more about it, you can just go and check out their website, abrahamhicks.com, and hope to see you there. If you like this video, give it a like, share, subscribe, because it costs you nothing, but helps me grow this channel and reach more people like you. See you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.